Vraic Viscous. This is gonna be some fun. Because it's a little bit more of a supporty style. But what's been happening is that they're not going support, they just go more splatter. So let's see what he does. Yeah, so for this lane, it's gonna be really chill. Victor doesn't really come online until a little bit, like, until he has a few items, and the Viscous is gonna want a 3.2k item pretty early, in general. So he usually just goes Mystic Burst to help trade. They're looking to a lane swap to a better lane, matchup. So this is gonna look a lot better. Yeah. So they're gonna use the Mina and the Viscous to bully out this pocket to get him behind a little bit. Because you don't want the pocket to get ahead. This is also really good for the Mina because the Mina has some bigger bodies to shoot at with the Abrams. So it's a good lane swap. So yeah, they're just chilling until the Mina kind of gets some points in the rake, and then once the Cosmetical gets some points, they're gonna play a little more aggressive. Yeah. Now with the 1 point in the rake, they're gonna look to do some stuff. This is just really clever. He knows that Viscous Splatter can kill if he lines it up a bit better. It can kill the tier 1 camp instantly, so he tries to do that. They might unironically just chill until the 4.8k spike as well. The one big thing in this game is because of how much healing they have, I won't be surprised if the Viscous just rushes the Decay. Decay is a really, really strong item right now because you just kind of get someone low to about, get them about 70% HP after its effects, and like permanently keeping someone low is just really good. They're fighting for the boxes. Not too much is gonna happen out of this. I doubt Saint's gonna die. If he does, he kind of really screws up. But they're just fighting over the boxes. And because of the pressure that Vraic put on Saint here, they can actually look to aggress a lot harder because they have the HP advantage. The Mina has infinite sustain with Vraic pretty much, so they're just gonna look to push.
Let's take out Paradox.
Okay, so right there it was small, but it's a key thing for a support. He always tries to look at his teammates. He recognized that the threat was the Abrams charge. He dodges the charge, and then because the Abrams is looking for something, he's gonna look to charge the Mina. So he immediately looks and pans his camera over to look at the Mina, and if she doesn't get charged, he can just Q her and save her from a lot of burst.
Let's take out Paradox.
They made sure to shove out the wave before bridge buff so they can get prio on it, and they're doing this because they don't have prio mid. And now because they have bridge prio, the other team can't really do anything besides go up the ropes, because if they take the vent, they're just gonna get hyperline, take a lot of damage, and it's not really good for them. But he's but if you can see this, Vraic is constantly moving around his team. He followed the Victor to make sure he was safe in the early game. Now he's following the Mina to make sure that the Mina is safe on the bridge buff. He's just chilling. Making sure he's getting boxes in between.
I see Venator. I see the enemy.
Good luck completing the ritual.
Yeah, so he bought the decay. This is great because it's going to hurt the Abrams really, really hard. And because of this, they have infinite amount of pressure. Just with this one buy, if the Abrams decides to fight it, he pretty much just dies because he's not going to be able to heal anything. And the consistent damage that they have in Burst, now that he has some extra items, Spear Power, he's just going to fall over and they're just going to get this Guardian for free. And because this Saint's just looking at the minion wave. So he's just trying to clear it before he probably inevitably dies. But they're just gonna rinse repeat this until they get the Guardian. Yeah.
Let's take out Calico.
Good kill on Abrams. But yeah, he goes back, so he's able to get the 4.8k spike on for Spirit. Now this Viscous is gonna really hurt.
Let's take out Abrams.
So this is what's happening. He knows that Cosmetical doesn't really need help to push this Guardian anymore, because Saint is gone. He went to go help Blue to just try and get the pressure there. So he rotates over to help out Blue. And now that with the 4.8k spike, he's just going to be able to just wipe the floor a little bit. He's strong.
I see the enemy. I see Paradox. York needs help. See that knife-throwing son of a bitch? Yellow needs help. I see Abrams.
They've taken our yellow guardian.
I see Calico.
Yeah, so just by his simple rotation, Cosmetical was able to get the Guardian. He was able to defend Blue Guardian for a little bit longer, and now they're putting pressure on Blue. And likely they're going to get it.
I see Paradox.
They destroyed the guardian.
This is just really good target priority. They notice that the Paradox oversteps just a little bit. They all look at her as she dies because of it. That's just great target priority. He did have the opportunity to live there if he used his goo ball, but I think he was just scared because he was just a bigger target. But the resistances and extra speed would have been able to make him live there. He's going down on green because it's the bridge buff. No one's going to be able to cover the wave, so he goes down to help clear the wave. He's just covering the lane for the moment.
Let's take out Paradox.
And he recognizes that they have the bridge buff. The Cosmetical was just going to return to the lane, so he's just going to go back and help his team out in blue.
I see Shiv. I see. Let's take out Calico. Let's push Blue. Let's take out Paradox.
He's just hovering now. So Iggy's kind of mopping the floor here, but he's just covering them. Now he's just here just to help them escape. If he hears, oh, I need help, he's gonna help.
Let's push Yellow.
But you can see, even though he's playing a supportive character, he's still trying to regain blue prio. It's one of the it's the most important lane in the game, pretty much, to have prio in. So if no one's able to cover it, he understands that he himself has to cover it.
They destroyed the guardian on green.
And because he has ball, he's aggressively clearing this because he knows he can get out. And right now he's just lingering around blue because Earn Spawn is going to happen relatively soon. So they want to stay here to maintain blue prio. He's likely going to buy soon as well. But he's just staying here to maintain prio and blue. And he's going to rotate over to Earn side. Rescue being a super popular item on Viscous just because, one, it gives a little bit of extra range, which Viscous loves. But two, the most important reason is, when you cube someone, you can rescue beam them away. So he pretty much makes someone pretty much invulnerable to anything, and he can just rescue beam them away to safety. One of the best helping tools in the game. So with this, his team is able to play really aggressive on certain things
Let's take out Shiv.
and just generate a lot of space, and he can just help them
Shiv.
help
I
cover
want
for them.
Shiv dead. Let's see Abrams. Let's take it. Let's see Abrams. Let's take out Abrams.
I would say that was a bit of a mistake on Abraham's. They decided to go kind of the fast way instead of just bringing it back and around, and because of this, Lowkey W was just able to collapse and grab the urn off of them.
Glad to help.
And look at the wave state. So they have blue. Lowkey W has blue prio. This was previously brought because of what they did earlier, and they're also looking to just distract people over here. Cosmetical has the wave push, so if Vraic just looks to deposit it, they can fight on it with advantage.
Let's take out the Venator.
But with Hoot's death, they're just gonna look to chill out for a bit, probably hold the urn, but they're gonna juggle it a bit, and then look to deposit it as a team.
Hey, this little ritual of yours is really
Not ready to transform.
Yeah, he recognizes that the pocket's trying to get it off of him, and get a lot of green prio, so he brings the urn back to just chill.
You're
Oh.
dropping me? I was worried I was forgotten.
Let's take out Shiv.
Now they realize they don't have the health pool for this. Abraham just used a key ultimate of Pocket Ult, so now they're just gonna look to bring it back, reset, and then look.
Walker is under attack.
They also have to reset all their waves, so I wouldn't be surprised if they bring it back to the Walker and let it run back afterwards.
York needs help.
So now they're just hostaging the urn. Because they can't do anything because they have no wave prio in any lane. So they have to reset.
One of us is probably going to die.
I see Shiv.
It's just good urn
I
movement.
see Calico.
We must deliver the urns. Our green walker is under attack.
So they get the pick on the Calico, and now they're probably going to rush down to go do the urn. Or at least look to try to do that. Okay, so they don't. So they let the urn reset.
I see Pocket. Let's take out Pocket.
Nice. Good kill.
We make a good team.
The urn runner.
This may hurt.
So they don't mind fighting this, because look what happened. Zergi and Obakim decided to go down yellow and get urn prio, and now they're bringing the urn over while Lissy just pushed out blue. So now they have double picks on green, and with the 4v6, Abraham shouldn't contest this urn.
Take what you deserve.
They will 100% just look to trade the walkers, and because of this, as you can see, Zergi and Listic don't bother rotating, and just look to clear the waves on blue and yellow respectively. And by doing this, Abrahams knows they can't really contest the urn, so what did? They decide to look at Zergi, who's alone.
I see Shiv.
They're also just
I
looking to
want
trade the
Shiv
walker
dead.
out.
I see the enemy. I see the enemy. I see the enemy.
And the reason why Abrahams is looking to contest here is just to distract them from getting out yellow. So they're trading out the walker for the urn.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
I see the enemy. You are wearing witness to perfection. Going to shop. Let's take out Paradox.
This is a really long fight.
Let's take out Paradox. I see Paradox.
And with that, the urn decayed. But yeah. So all that happened. The urn ended up getting deposited. And Abrahams got the walker for it. Ultimately, though, they did lose a lot of lives in the process, while Lowkey W didn't really die at all. So, was it really worth it? I don't think so. But they did end up getting a decent trade, and now they kind of have to reset because all their waves and walkers are getting pressured. So Lowkey W kind of has full control of the game now.
I see Pocket. I see Pocket. Let's take out Pocket.
So fucking hot. Holy fuck. Watch, it's fucking gonna crash out. So hot. But yeah, right now, like, the teams are both trying to chilling. There's nothing going on for the next minute. So. Yeah. So tank buster just for extra damage.
I'll make them rock. Fiery goo.
That just kind of goes to show why Viscus is such a good, like, support right now. He literally allowed 3 people to push him, and then he just survives because of Cube. Because what he would have done if they pushed on him, they would have just cubed, and then he would have just ulted and gotten out.
Headed to Greenwich.
It's like walking, but better.
As you can kind of see right there.
Let's take out Paradox. Let's take out Paradox.
And now that the engagement is a little bit more advantageous, he decides to come back.
We must deliver.
I see Paradox. I see that knife-throwing son of a bitch. I see Abrams.
Job. Help me fight Abrams.
Silver tracks down our
And again, they have 2 picks right before the urn. This is quite advantageous for them. And what is Abraham's going to do again? They're going to look to split the walker. But the thing is, it's always, like, urn is almost always better just simply because, 1, it's a money value that scales throughout the game. And then 2, it also gives the golden statue buff, which helps teams scale into the game. So even if they don't really have a scaling comp, the golden statue buffs will help them scale a little bit better. So they look to deposit even without the wave because they know they have the advantage with 3 people dead. So what did they do? They sent 1 person to blue to fix the wave. They only sent 1 person to green just because they are going to get the walker, like, almost guaranteed. So they're just looking to pick up the wave that's going to collapse. So they don't want to lose the money. So then what do? They have the people who at urn cut the waves, and then they have Hoot go back to collect the big wave that's crashed up the Guardians.
Defend Greenwich.
If Zergy manages to defend this green walker, which
green
I mean, I'm not surprised, but if he did, it would have been a miracle.
Any minute.
Rise up and take what you deserve.
I see Calico. I see Calico.
This will slow them down.
I see Paradox.
Huddle punch.
I see Calico.
Expelling June.
That was a bit of a nothing burger fight, but it's the remnant of the Walker exchange. They're just trying to catch any stragglers. The important thing is, he's getting Spirit Burn here.
I see Pop.
And again, another range item, which makes his splatter bigger, and same thing with all his other abilities. But the important thing to note is the anti-heal aspect. If you look at their comp, 4, maybe even 5, if you consider the Paradox to be someone who kind of heals with, actually doesn't have her. But so 4 out of the like 6 people, anti-heal is going to be super, super strong. That was a bit of an interesting interaction. So what I assume was happening is he was holding the wave for one of his carries, but because there's an engagement, he decides to just splatter the wave and then use his fast to get into the engagement as quickly as possible.
I see Calico.
If there's no engagement, I would assume that Zergy would have rotated over to help push the wave, but Zergy recognized that the engagement happened and they just decided to fight.
I see Calico.
Isn't just threat.
A blue walker is under attack.
I see Shiv. I see. Let's take out Shiv.
I would have said though, the decay on the Calico probably wasn't necessary, because now you would have had it for the Shiv or Abrams at this point if you didn't use it or saved it. So I would say that was a little small mistake, but otherwise he used his damage to get for 2 kills right away, and now looking to continue his pressure on the others.
Senator. I see the enemy.
Because if they get one more, they're just going to look to go mid. They might still go mid regardless, but I doubt it. Okay, they do decide to do that.
They're in mid.
Yeah, they have great mid contest.
They're in mid.
They have Obakim's Rabbit Hex, they have Zergy's Petrifying Bola. Even though they don't have the Victor ult, this is still really good. They have the better mid boss fight.
I see Venator. Let's take out the. I see the Venator. Let's take out the Venator.
This is a huge ball.
Let's take out the Venator.
The deep breathing
You started this fight. I'm just ending it.
I think take out Pocket.
No one stands between me and my destiny.
And with that, it was a pretty clean wipe. Only used 1 reju. Now they're gonna look to reset, get the urn, and get the remaining 2 walkers. Or sorry, at least 2 of the 3 walkers. The biggest thing is you don't want to focus your like rejuve on 1. You want to split your focus a little bit to try and draw people away, and then have that person join the fight. So they're gonna look to have at least 2 waves pushed here. At least 2.
firing protoplasm.
That was just a little bit of viscous tech right there. He looked straight down to make the splatter go bounce right back up, so he could get multiple splatters on the 1 camp.
Let's push blue.
Nice. Anyway, it's the power between the Mina and the Viscous. The Mina uses her movement to get out, and the Viscous can just rescue beam her away, and she literally pulled him, or Cosmetical, away from 3 people. And because of this, the 3 people on blue were able to put pressure on the 2 people that were there, using the number advantages, and get the walker.
Let's push blue.
The wolf preys on our enemies.
I see the enemy. I see the enemy. I see the Venator.
Nice job.
Let's punch blue.
Now, because their carry's dead, they can hard push other stuff. They don't decide to push into the base yet, because they want to use these Rujuves to get the flex slots that they need. So they're rotating over to green, which Listic is already pushing out. And this way they can get the extra flex slot to use it to their advantage. Because right now, they're down in flex slots, and they kind of need it. Especially on like people like Zergy, Cosmetical, Listic, they kind of want their flex slots. So just getting them is going to be really good for, it's kind of an investment. It's going to be good for the future.
Let's push Greenwich.
And now they also have more options on what they can buy.
Let's push Greenwich.
So instead of looking for this last walker, they're just looking to get the right base guardians.
I see Paradox.
That was really clean by Obakim, stealing the Paradox ult and then Vraic hyperlining this Saint, and then getting the swap onto him and the Paradox to kill them both is crazy good.
Push yellow. Take out Shiv.
That one play in itself might have been might have allowed them to get the shrine here.
Take out Pocket. I see Pocket. I see Venator.
But that's just, this is something small. So what Vraic did there is because he knows his damage on the shrine isn't that big, he just decides to go for the base guardians to help them have a way to escape. So now after the shrine, they can just choose to leave.
I see the I see the enemy.
This may hurt.
Death brings consequences once more.
And once again, what he's doing is he's literally just shadowing them. He's not putting himself in a susceptible place to get picked. So, but instead what he's doing is he's waiting for Hoot or the Silver to get into his line of sight for him to be able to help her. So whether it's a cube, rescue beam, or whatever, but it's the only way to help. If the Viscous decides to go in, he could easily get popped, which isn't good.
I see Shiv.
Firing goo.
So he's stopping the bleeding by playing it safe, and if his team can get to safety, or can get to a place where he can get helped,
Go blue.
that is when
Exploding goo.
it's good. You don't want to die for their sins. Like, the only time that might be considered better is if it's your main carry. So like if it was Cosmetical or Zergy, then maybe it was worth it. Improve Spirit for more damage, then Reactive Barrier for more survivability.
I'm going to crush
The big threats to him are the Paradox and the Abrams. So Reactive Barrier will just be good.
See a goo fist.
I see Pocket.
He also got a Disarming Hex to just deny the Venator from doing anything.
I see the enemy.
Because a lot of the damage source is coming just solely from the Venator.
I see the enemy. Let's take out Calico. Let's take out Abram. I see that. I see Shiv. I see Paradox. I see Abram. Let's take out Abram.
In all of these plays, he's playing relatively safe, or in the most part, he's playing aggressively in the beginning because he has his ball to get out. But the moment he uses his ball and his safety tool, he plays further back and just kind of uses his splatter as an artillery strike, and the same thing with his punches. And that way he can play at a distance to help people like rescue beam them out, cube them, punch them away, etc. And this is just great splitting. They have one person doing the urn, while the rest of people are getting the shrine.
Let's push York.
Again, he's shadowing Zergy, making sure he's safe.
Mid-boss has arrived.
They're in mid. Let's go mid.
Oh, this is just great rotations.
They're in mid.
Yeah, they got the urn, now they're going mid on spawn. And yeah, it's GG's.
Rejuvenator is descending.
I just want to go next. A little bit of trolling there.
Time to complete the ritual.
I think it's damage stat padding. That's shameless. Bit of BM. GG's.